Welcome to Nightworks, art explorations with graphite ink watercolor. Today I'm working on a forest elder Christmas. Kind of like a strange forest entity. Just a weird idea I had in my head. Kind of like if Krampus was a hippie, I guess. I don't know. So here I am just sketching him out. I'm using a couple of references I pulled, and then I'm sort of making up stuff as I go. Sort of wanted some sort of ancient god kind of thing that was living in the forest, but maybe something that was halfway like mythological that you would see in a Japanese Miyazaki film or something. So some like old bearded dude, but he's full of like a bunch of horns. He's got like a long old face. He's covered in fur and moss and stuff. Now for this episode, as I'm drawing this, since this is seasonal, Christmas season, I stuck in the background a bunch of cheesy Christmas music. Enjoy the cheesiness of the Christmas music. Here I am adding in Christmas tree. So he's just up there hanging out with his little Christmas tree in the forest. He was pretty quick to draw because he's kind of just a mass. It's like a head with some arms. I mean, he's sitting down on a Yule log or a package. He's sitting on something. I don't know. I didn't want to show that part. He's kind of more just like sitting down, hunched over, and his little Christmas trees in the background. So I got a Christmas tree reference so I could get those Christmassy branches right. Drawing trees is fun. I need to keep practicing on tree drawing. Stuff in nature. Putting in some little lights and decorations on the tree. Do you guys buy a tree or do you use a fake tree? I went out and bought one, like a small one, for $1 million. They're so expensive now. I had to get the smallest tree I could find. I just like the tree kind of thing. We used to have one. I put in a broken bulb because it seems like one always falls off and breaks. So now I'm like making his antlers festive with some seasonal bling. Make sure he's got all the appropriate age wrinkles. Yeah, and putting some lights like strewn between all his antlers. Fun. Reinforcing line work once I was kind of happy with the fingers and all that stuff. The finger bones run up through the top of the hand. Little forest boots. And now I'm going to start watercoloring using the schmanky, I think they're German watercolors. These are cool. They get active pretty quick when you spray them with water. So they're fun. Put it in that little travel pan so you can sort of see my chaotic watercolor process. And I'm really trying to push this stuff around to give it an overall tone of that kind of blue-green. And I had to tape the paper down to the pad. It started to buckle up, so Might happen with the paper you got. This is the Canson XL 140 pound. It's fine, especially for this kind of fun stuff. So here I'm putting in Forest God skin tones. Figure he's kind of like vegetable god. I don't know. He's like kind of like a nature spirit, so he's kind of partly greenish. I never met one, so I don't really know what color they are. I think that's a number 6 round I'm using. It's a good brush. Putting in some horn tone, like a warmish brown. I think in the next one I'm going to try the Winsor Newton watercolor paints I have. We'll see how those compare. I got another little metal pan I got to squish the tubes into the half pan cups, and I'll try that for the next one. And here I'm trying to do a bluish green that's not very saturated. I want it to look like it's sort of more in the background than he is, right? I don't want the color to be quite as punchy, vibrant as his face arms. So I had to push this a little more gray-green dull. So maybe it goes in the background a little bit. And just sort of carefully working around the bulbs and stuff. And I say carefully. For me, that's pretty careful. I'm kind of haphazard. Yeah, and then just coming back for a second pass to add some density. Watercolors, you can really get in there with many layers to really add variation and contrasts and saturations, shadows and stuff. You can go back in and rework on stuff. Just keep in mind to keep your light spots light, because you can't really fix it once you get them painted. But you can push your darks as dark as you want. I wonder if the forest god has friends over for Christmas. Like the raccoon god or a bunch of fairies, fae folk. Maybe a witch. And just working some little Christmas kind of colors into the ornaments and lights. And all this stuff's lit up. I imagine the Christmas tree's lit up because he ran an extension cord all the way through the forest to some guy's house who was unsuspecting, and he plugged it in the guy's outside socket, ran off. And I guess his little antler lights would be battery operated. He's got like a little battery pack in his pocket. He can walk around with the lights on. And just dotting stuff around. So because it's Christmas, I'm going to try and do a run of seasonal strange art pieces. So watch out for those. Should be fun. I put up a really nice Krampus. I was proud of my Krampus. So here I'm just adding the more shadow tones in between his like beard tendrils. I mean, it's kind of a beard, but I was thinking they're kind of like vine roots or something as well. And then I'm adding shadow tone for some variation. It's a little warm blues. I don't remember what the color was called, but it's just like a warmer blue. I'm not super familiar with this paint set yet, so I'm just kind of half rediscovering what the hell's in the pan. And then I moved to a smaller brush. I think that's a Princeton little brush. They're pretty affordable. You can get those on Amazon. I'll put links to this stuff below if any of you care. Then you too can make your own Forrest Scott art or whatever kind of art you make. Now I gotta figure out what else is there to paint for Christmas? Probably maybe a mutated reindeer, or I'm working on like a drunken elf, one of Santa's helpers. I know ghosts are pretty common at Christmas. Maybe I'll do a Christmas ghost. Sugar plum fairy. I don't know what those are, but I have to research it. Some sort of strange cryptid creature, I guess. This music is really bold and Christmassy. Yeah, I'm just adding some different greens in. Some variation to his fingertips. You know, like those areas of your body where you get more blood, it's just fun to add some different colors into the parts like fingertips, ears, nose, edges where the blood vessels are closer. You can just play with that. So it's kind of opposite, kind of cooling them down instead of warming them up. My favorite thing to do, I ink it with this, is it a Hoo-Hoo inking pens? These things are so nice. I hope they last. I think I said that last video as well. They just flow really nice. Nice and smooth. And you know, I never really know if I'm supposed to ink this stuff. I just like inking it. Sometimes I wish I hadn't, but I think this one, the inking, helps the dude pop out. He's just in there, sitting there hanging out. And slowly progressing outside lines. I was using a thicker pen, and then I'm slowly progressing to smaller and smaller pen sizes for finer details. And I don't know, it's just the way I've been working. I don't know if it's how other people do it or not. I forget to pay attention. It's kind of more instinctual. Like sometimes I just don't want a fat line obscuring like maybe some face details or something. But sometimes a nice dark line really adds some punch. So I don't know. It's kind of a spur of the moment decision. This I don't know, it was a fun piece. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me do this. And the purpose of this is partly you can see my technique. I'm not saying it's brilliant by any means or anything, but it's just to inspire you to go out and make your own art, have fun with it. Just go out and make some fun stuff. I mean, life is really short. Go make some art, have some fun. I don't know, sit at home, and yeah, there we go. It's a nice piece. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please share, like, and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and the bell, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.